Hey everybody, and welcome back to Susquehanna River Valley. It is early summer, and well, typically it would be prime time haymaking weather. 86 degrees outside, sunny, but we've got some problems. We got rain coming. We got a lot of rain coming. And realistically, we could probably cut it now, and it would probably be hay tomorrow evening. But given the way the clock on the server works and giving my work schedule, I won't be able to get on the server until day 3 of early summer, which is what it will be tomorrow night. And it's supposed to rain sometime day 2 the evening, and I have no idea how much rain it's going to do day 3. So we're going to basically make the best of it. Got Raz here on the server with me, and well, so mow some grass, collect it for some silage.
Hey, people.
But first things first, we need to empty this bunker, which ironically just got done. Pretty much. Gotta get some chaff out of it because when we realized that this bunker didn't have collisions, then pretty much it was like, well, I think we need to sell it and put it back down so it would work again next time we want it to work. Optimus 4. Hey Henry. Oh boy. 3232. Ohio Bryce. Golden Eye. How y'all doing tonight? Chevy Cooper, if you're still around, buddy, I don't know what May 14th is. May 14th. I gotta remember to get on here every couple of days and feed these animals.
Okay, I might be losing my mind.
I keep forgetting. Is it not dropping anything?
No, it's dropping stuff. This is dropping everything.
Yeah.
I got grass. Oh, okay.
By the time you get around to collecting it,
Oh, is
see
it?
what it's
Okay. Gotcha.
it's
It's like, what kind of magic stuff is this?
all right, so let's sell this, and we'll put a new one down. Oh no! Oh no, I can't. Tragedy has struck.
What's wrong?
Can't put this bunker back down because of the orientation of it.
Oh, man. Ugh. Can you sell your shed there? I know you might not want to, but you'd have to sell all your stuff there. Or, yeah, level that out. Kind of where across from where my truck's parked.
Oh no! Oh, you know what's even funnier? Easy shed I can't sell.
Dang it. Don't you love how plans just never work out?
Can sell everything else but the easy shed. All right. Well, Plan B. I found out this silo over here holds grass. Put it in there for now. We gotta figure out how much GTX's fermenter costs.
Uh, 80. I think it's 80,000. I can't remember.
I'll probably have to take a loan out and then put that down. Once I add it to the server, because I looked earlier and I don't have it. Ravenhawk, how you doing tonight? Scooter's Workbench 4, welcome. Alright, let's park this because now I gotta run up and grab a forage wagon. Last time we did this, we leased it. Because the idea was that gonna make hay. As you can see the weather forecast, we got rain, 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 sunny skies, rain. So by the time I get on the server tomorrow, it will be Saturday. It's supposed to rain Friday night and Saturday, so there goes the haymaking. Even though we've got excellent drying conditions tomorrow, at least early on. Let's go take a look at Raz's grass over here. It's looking fine for me. It's green, it's grass.
Yeah, it's starting to fill in. It's weird.
But, I mean, like, a whole bunch of our cereals are in the last growth state, so they might be ready to harvest come midsummer.
That'd be good.
So I figured that we would get our grass picked up. We'll do something with it later. But at least we'll get it taken care of so that then we can focus on our harvest come midsummer. And then by late summer, we'll hopefully have grass again to cut, and maybe we'll have drier conditions then.
While I'm spraying tomorrow, you want me to fertilize this grass field?
Sure, because I need you to fertilize that other one too.
I got you.
I put in the Discord that I didn't have you fertilize it before because I was planting it, and I was counting on my planter to fertilize it. Even though I had fertilizer in the planter and it was consuming fertilizer, it wasn't giving it to me.
That's not good.
Everybody have a chance to take a look at the new and noteworthy today. Monster truck. Bigfoot. The Bigfoot has all-wheel steer, front or rear steer, or crab steer.
Well, I know those big monster trucks, they have independent front and rear steering, don't they? Usually.
Yeah. And with four-wheel steer, it does donuts great. Oh, indeed. Hey, Henry, those bug mods are really well done. So the bug Like the guy has animated foot and clutch and brake pedal work, as well as he's moving the shifter. So you can see all that outside the cab. All right, let's get our forage wagon and make our way back. Now, like the 60s versions got the yellow lights, and you know all the other versions have the more white light. And the sleep anywhere mod is like I take your placeable pillow and I one up you. You don't need anything now.
You just sleep.
Just sleep. So it combines sleep anywhere with sleep anytime, and you could literally just sleep.
Like so that's how it wasn't. Was it in 17 where you just hit like Alt N and you could just sleep? Pretty sure with Seasons that's how.
I don't remember the keystroke. But yeah, you just sleep. You didn't need a thing.
You wrecked.
Yes, steering got a little delayed and a little heavy. So yeah, so it basically removes you needing to go to a trigger and just makes it a keystroke. But you can still only sleep when it's sleep worthy. So if you look in the F1 menu, that's what originally threw me off when I was trying it out. Is it wouldn't let me sleep. The keystroke didn't do anything. It didn't show up in the F1 menu until it was late enough. Then it popped up. But if you combine that with that new sleep anytime, then you can literally just sleep anytime, any place.
It's like, I'm going to go take a nap.
Yeah, if your truck has a sleeper in it or back seat, camper, you need a sleep trigger, just pull up with your camper and there you go. Oh, we get a little squirrely. A little squirrely. The Red Dirt Ranch has got some silage cooking.
Yeah, he's. I jumped in his stream the other day, and he was on 2 days back. He told me. I told him it was summer, and he was like, "Oh man, I need to get on there."
Oh, slow down.
Formulator, I did a job for him. That was the video today.
Yep, that was today's. We had your sprayer.
Yeah.
Lime. All right, I'll be back once I get my tractor and rake hooked up.
10-4. This is still weirding me out. This weird color's dropping. I'm recording it. I'm going to time lapse this.
All right, just make sure you keep recording when you come by your truck.
That's what I get for parking a Ford on your farm, huh?
Just say something might be asserting its dominance. Bigfoot. It's got me all worked up. Hey, I think Carlos needs to have Bigfoot Day. And all the kids and family coming down.
That's a good idea.
Buy you a car while you're here with Bigfoot. Fire department can come out and do another blood drive.
Might have to do another commercial next week. I don't know if I'm going to have time tomorrow.
Talking about his new his second location. All right, there I think we've got it running.
Oh, look at you getting all fancy with the rake and light wagon.
Oh yeah, might as well. Haha, that's right. Nice one. This Sunday. Gotta get your monster truck announcer voice out. Bigfoot crushing cars. Now, if we can only have Gravedigger.
There is Gravedigger. I think it's Lambo mods. It's I don't think it's as nicely done as that one, but
thanks for joining the channel. Oh yeah. Giant steering, are you?
no.
You can cut across the middle.
I did. I'm just making up and downs so that you can. Yeah. Oh, this is all freehand. It's pro gamer skill right here, buddy.
Pro gamer. So how about that? How about that production map?
I like it. I really do. Be a lot of fun. Could be a lot of fun.
I thought about it a little bit more, and it's got one real farm built. Got some placeable areas. How it would work out multiplayer wise.
Might be better one of those that's I think like a co-op deal, or I don't know. I'm either gonna play that or I'm gonna
Alfredo
play the
Farms, welcome.
Italia Pro version when it comes out.
So
I got-
Jamberry said maybe tomorrow or Friday. So it sounds like maybe the guy
Is
made
the-
a post on Facebook that it's approved and just pending release.
Oh, the demo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to play the pro version with the grapes and stuff. But man, that map you did last night, or this morning, that's a really good map. Just if you get bored on that map, then that's just you.
You're not doing something right. Optimus thinks it's a challenge map. Production map.
No more challenges. I just can't.
Yeah, he can lead the challenge. Find the teams. Get back to something else.
I know I'm gonna keep streaming on Emerald Coast. I really like how that play's going. It feels good. That's just 2 days a week. I'm just gonna do that for the live streams.
There we go. So what does everybody think of the video drop today from Giants? Countdown went from 3 to 22.
April 22, right?
Did it say April 22? I thought it just said 22.
No, it says April 22.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So tomorrow. Just a fancy way of saying one. I think that's what they would go.
Oh no, it says Europeans. They count different.
They're trying to be all cryptic.
Like, is like one mean done, or one mean and then the next day 0? Start on 0, or do you start on 1? I know, Scooter, and I work Thursday in the office. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I think we'll
can't
have
even
an
like
announcement tomorrow.
I can't even like cheat and work from home and like do stuff real quick.
Oh yeah, you're on a tea day tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's a tea day. That was why that map came out this morning and not last night. Yesterday evening, because I didn't even have a chance to fire it up until after I got home, after I picked the kid up, after I made dinner.
Yeah, content creation, like I have a newfound respect for people that balance real jobs and busy channels.
Well, for me, for the longest time, it was to make things in batches.
Yeah.
So I would have maybe a good weekend where I didn't really have a lot going on. I could hopefully hammer out 3, 4, 5 videos a day. And then I was doing 3 videos a week. I got 5 done, 3 done a day, then I would have 2 weeks worth of content done in one weekend. I could get a couple good weekends or a couple good evenings in also. The next thing you know, I had 3 or more weeks content banked up. But then on busy days or busy weeks, it just would whittle down what I had pre-banked. Still be plenty good. Christopher Chadwick, this map came from the imagination of Nitrodad. There's a link in the description below. It was just updated today, so I don't know if the new update is using the same link or not. I need to check that and update the description. Let me go ahead and check that here in a second, and I'll update the description, make sure it is the latest iteration. $216. Oh, it is different, so there we go. Let's drop in the new link in the description. Version 1.2. Okay, so that's been updated. So we've got the latest link in the description for the map.
Then what is it? Spectacle Farm is in testing. That's another one that'd be fun.
Yes, Spectacle Farm. Alien Gym.
Yeah, I always love Alien Gym's maps. They're always... I'm curious to see if he's worked any little new feature in, you know.
Did you mess with that one at all in 17? Did you have a chance?
I played it a little bit, but not any length of time, you know. But I know it would clean up the yard as you cut down trees.
Yeah, it had like some bridges of death and death-defying cliff roads.
They're like little islands you could buy. Like what? They're different islands, like they were like forested or something.
There's definitely forested areas because that was kind of like the clear your own land and make your own fields concept that then Farm Sim 19 really modernized on them. Excellent. That load done?
So yeah, it's just too many maps, not enough time, you know.
Oh, indeed. Indeed.
That's why I hate when I hear people on Facebook and Twitter and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, there's no good maps to play," and I'm like, "What is wrong with you?"
No good maps they want to play.
But what do you want?
Yeah, or the folks that, you know, I'm looking for a good map, so you give them a suggestion. Oh, I really don't like European maps. Well, you never said that. So no, you don't get the chance to be picky. You had my suggestion, you didn't take it, I'm done. GoldenEye, it did indeed.
So much stuff. If you can't find something to play with in this game, then, like I said, that's a you problem.
Yeah, then your imagination's done. No, sorry, console guys, you can't claim you don't have any mods anymore.
Oh no, they've got mods. I think their problem is the game's outpacing their system because they can't.
Oh, the game is definitely outpaced.
Yeah.
That is the crux of the biggest, I'd say fear, but the biggest concern with if and when a new version is announced. How far back will it support? Support PS5 and Xbox Series XS? Will it support 4, PS4 and Xbox One and One S? And if it supports the older platforms, will they have like multiple builds? Build for PS5 and One X and a build for PS4 and Xbox One.
Here's
got a design for your weakest link.
Yeah. So here's a thought. What if the announcement tomorrow is that they just made FS19 for the new consoles?
Maybe.
It could be.
I think it would be a massive letdown.
Yeah. What if they're like, oh, well, you can play FS19 on PS5 and Xbox S or whatever.
With higher slot counts.
Yeah.
It was fun. I saw some PS5 players commenting that they thought Farm Sim looked better on the PS5. Thought to myself, you do know that all those graphic settings are like hard locked consoles, right? It's the same. I mean, it's smoother because you're getting less frame drops. And you're getting it at 60 as opposed to 30 frames. That's the big crux between console and PC gaming, is that near limitless graphical setting changes that PC players can get. I watch this guy that does like this cranky British guy, I call him, that does all the worth buying game reviews.
Yeah, you told me about him.
And he always goes on about if it's console port. You can tell it's a console port because its graphical setting options are so limited. Got very limited choices. To the point where he's got a little song that he plays. A little bebop song that he plays, and he raps about it's a console port. It's a console port. Goes on about it being a console port. Pretty funny, but it's not a safe for work video. He lets the words fly. Optimus says they're announcing the new mobile game.
Oh, God. Hey, don't put it past them. I remember when they had BlizzCon one year, and everybody was for sure they were going to announce Diablo 4, and it turned out to be like a Diablo mobile game, and everybody was like, "What the?"
A Diablo mobile card game.
Yeah.
Something completely like, what? You're just slapping the Diablo franchise on something stupid.
Oh man, I just remember they went to like a Q&A session and everybody's like, "Are you guys joking, or is this like a real thing?"
Okay, what's the real announcement? James, what's up?
But they were all pumped up on stage, and you could just see the audience's faces. They were like, "What just happened?"
So, kind of speaking of mobile, SnowRunner is available on Switch now or very soon.
That's cool.
Heard that, I'm like, what? Serious?
What engine's that built on? Is it not you? Is it Unity? No.
The Netrunner?
Yeah,
Havoc.
Havoc engine. Okay.
There we go. Now our rig's working. But like when it first came out, it like would bring PS4 to its knees. I remember watching CLP talk about his fans ramp up and they run crazy and everything because it was just being pulled hard.
They may have scaled it back. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the Switch comparatively is just, it's not a very powerful system.
No, and what's funny is that's the only system that NVIDIA has graphics in. AMD's in both Xbox and PS5.
I wonder if it's because AMD's better at the integrated chipset stuff. Because it seems like they have more of a market for that versus...
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I mean, so the Switch is running a NVIDIA Tegra processor, which is the APU for that. And what I found funny was way back when I had a Microsoft Zoom for that Microsoft version of an iPod, and the one version, the newer version of it before they stopped making it, had a Tegra processor. It had a touch OLED screen. Of course, it was only like a 4-inch, 3-inch screen or whatever, but I mean, its capability of playing whatever games that actually existed on it was really. It's got a pretty good processor for probably smaller screens and everything. My kid plays Fortnite on it.
Yeah.
I can see where it drops frames and it gets a bit jittery, but he plays 1080p Fortnite on it.
I love Splatoon. I play it all the time. Love that game.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a shooter, but you use paint guns. It's surprisingly really fun and addictive.
Darren, what's up?
My favorite thing with his Switch is the classic games you can play. You know, they've got the emulator on there, so you can play like old NES and SNES games.
Yeah.
You actually get a lot of content
Play all the Marios.
For I can't remember how much Nintendo Online is a month. You get a lot of stuff you can play with it. Plus, as a mobile gaming system, I mean, I don't think it gets much better than the Switch right now.
No, we've got it. We bought on the dock. We docks it and uses his room, and you can use it in the car or whatever. Sonic controllers, or he just uses his Pro controller and just used to switch in his lap or something.
Yeah, ours is the original that we bought when it first came out. We still have the original. We've gone through like 12 controllers. Those things are junk. But the thing is with GameStop, you just get like, you pay like $4.99 for the warranty, and then You just take it back and get a new one. You don't have to buy one.
Welcome to GameStop. Reinvent themselves because everything's going digital distribution.
Yeah, I was reading well, they want to get into the computer market, but it's like the worst time in the world ever to transition to PC building.
Yeah, although they have a better chance of getting parts than Joe Consumer.
Oh, very true. Like we talked the other day, you're better off ordering heck, you can order a pre-built cheaper than you can buy a freaking GPU.
Yeah, you can definitely buy a pre-built.
And
Decent place that's not going to mark it up.
I'm telling you,
Part it all
laptops.
out.
I don't know if they use different cards, but I was looking, like, you can get laptops with the new graphics cards cheaper than you can get desktops. It's weird.
They definitely perform subpar.
Yeah.
So, and the naming scheme, a lot of tech reviewers have really been ripping NVIDIA a new one over their naming scheme because it is completely it's not clear to the consumer what they're truly buying. So they might see that they're buying a 3070 graphics card, but the 3070 graphics card could come in up to 6 different flavors based on basically the allowed thermal performance and power draw. And then the laptop manufacturer also has the capability of limiting power draw on the GPU. So you could have 6 laptops, all from different manufacturers, all with the same CPU spec and all with a quoted 3070 GPU. They could all perform wildly different when plugged into a battery because of just how the laptop manufacturers have built their thermal solution, therefore how they have or haven't thermally limited GPU.
Okay. So you think, like you said, you think you're getting 3070, but you're really not.
Or yeah. Technically getting a 3070 chip, but you don't necessarily realize that the 3070 chip you're getting is maybe limited to 65 watts versus maybe another laptop that might have limited 80 watts.
Gotcha.
Whereas with the 2000 series cards, it was still horrible, but it was a bit more like there was 2070, a 2070 Super, then there was a 2070 Max Q. It was a mobile only version. And the Max Q was spec'd to be within a certain power envelope and some other things. But then they basically stripped it all down and just made it 3070 mobile. But you could be getting completely different performance. As a consumer, you need to be educated on what you're buying and know that you really need more than just match the numbers.
Thor has 19,000 points. Sorry, this is completely unrelated.
That's because he's brutal. The high, it's one of those high roller things where once you get enough points, it's nearly impossible to lose the points. You just constantly keep betting high points, and the odds are always going to be ultimately end up in your favor, having more points in the end than you started with. I need to go into the bot and change the max bet from 1337 to 10,000. And then, I mean, when you have 19,000 points, you can bet it all, but it's only 1337 points.
Yeah.
So it's not that much risk to bet at all. If I change it to 50,000 as the max, one bad roll is 20,000 points gone.
I don't know
forgot
why
to do
mine
it.
wasn't working last night. All I did was go in and change the text and the name of the command, and I don't know. But gamble and slots weren't working either, so I don't know.
Did you have your text? Did you make sure your text was short enough?
Yeah, I actually so I used the previous heist message as a template and just kind of replaced the words. It was almost exactly the same. Just kind of changed out words, you know.
I don't know. Maybe it was changing the name of the command.
Yeah, I don't know. And then people weren't accruing points while watching. Again, I don't know what it was.
The bot.
I'll run a test tomorrow during the day,
You're
but
lucky the bot works.
right. I do like the keyword thing. That was pretty easy to do, actually. I can tell you about it sometime if you ever want to do it.
Yeah, I can have it say nice things about Ford and John Deere.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I'll send you a video link later because there's a guy on YouTube and he explained it really well. So. This is the curse of the frogs.
No, every time I said chicken, it kept talking about how you never fed it.
Yeah, that was the food keywords. There's a bunch of different keywords that trigger that one. And then you can change the global cooldowns on it. So like if you don't want it to trigger like every hour, you can, but you have to do it in seconds. So you have to calculate it.
Yeah, it's how the bot thinks.
Yep.
Should be happy the bot thinks in seconds and not milliseconds.
You got more to mow? Or is that...
The hill. Down in front of the house.
Ah, gotcha. You want to mow, and when I get done with this, you want to switch jobs?
Yeah, it's cool.
Give folks something else to look at.
And you can figure out this contraption.
I don't know, it looks a little wonky. Seems to work okay, though.
It works as long as you get it lowered and turned on.
You can adjust the probability of win-loss on your heist thing, too. You ever want to make it harder on it?
So I saw your time lapse, but your time lapse didn't have that gas station you had in the screenshot.
No, I didn't have it installed when I was recording, so I did that afterwards. Yeah, it's one of those where I wasn't fully prepared, like normal. I had it installed, I just forgot to activate it, I guess is the right word.
Then shop search works great. If you remember how its things
Yep.
are indexed. So the monster truck mod adds a category, and it puts the category at the end. So I really like that.
Oh, instead at the beginning.
Yeah, because you know when things are at the beginning, then the rest of your shop is completely thrown off. Then you're trying to find things, and you're like, "Where is it?" Everything's off by 1 now. But this put it at the tail end, so all your other categories are where they normally are. Categories monster trucks. Hopefully.
Might be some more.
Hopefully we get some more cool ones.
Well, at this point, if the initial model's finished, it's really just, you know, some of them is just changing the skin, you know.
Oh, Thor, he lost 500 points. And he has 19,926.
Poor guy.
He was only so lucky during red versus green. It affected Doughboy so much, now he's playing red. Christopher, it's because they are playing with a bot. They keep playing bot games. It's the new fidget. The bot is like a fidget spinner.
It's new.
Keeps them occupied.
Yeah, it's new. Like you said, once you get into it, you can, you know, like if it's too much in your chat, you can increase cooldowns.
Here we go. Sorry, Braden, I just don't play with random books like that. Yeah, really. Find it. There aren't any mods that break the whole 90-degree angle thing on the bunkers, are there?
Nope. Fermenting silo, that's the only way kind of around it.
Yeah, that's what I'll have to do.
I forgot how fun the disc bind can be. See a lot of these around here.
Yeah, that's kind of the quintessential American mower. Side disc bind of some brand under your case or whatever. So how you like your truck?
It looks like your red one needs a ride. That's what it looks like. You said the hill in front of the house. I'll park there.
Yeah. Thought they made a nice area to have grass. Up there above the pond. Hey, Delilah, what is
I'll
up?
just park it
Welcome
here.
to chat.
Is there an entrance by the chicken coop? Can't remember.
No, it's down off the road.
Oh, gotcha.
Braden, it just doesn't work like that. There's no time. More or less, when the opportunity comes up. All right, I'll be full here in a moment.
$10.4.
Hopefully the map has a lot of nice harvest contracts. Then I could even take those. Got a little more money. A bunch of fertilized contracts. So, wow.
I'll be AFK about 10 minutes. Gotta make sure the kids are in bed. I'll be back.
Man, this field would have given me a ton of bales. I said the weather was just not going to work out. A lot of rain this early summer. For whatever reason. Hopefully, be drying up. Braden, we are on PC. Well, that would definitely put a crux in the ability to play anyway. Go. Way down the hill. Oh my goodness. Am I supposed to see where I'm going? I need to go hose this thing off. On this map, Flamingo Boot? Oh, I wish you'd saw the message in the Discord earlier. Nitrodad was asking if there were things that needed to be fixed real quick. Planning on uploading an update. Now we can see. So you're talking about over here. It's Red Dirt Ranch's farm. Now we can see. I know I regret forgetting to tell him about the silage bunkers. Falling asleep on your way back to the shop. Good one. It could be quite the drive. That's for sure. Mowing. Goal is to get both of these fields mowed and collected tonight. Raz will be down here tomorrow to put some herbicide down. Just completely ignore what you see getting dropped behind you. It will turn to grass eventually. Scooters. That was Darren redid this tractor. Posted over in the Discord. Cleaned it up quite a bit. Turn it off. Yep, we got animated gauges. Key. Turns. Got an animated hand throttle. When I cut it off, it stopped mowing. There we go. Yeah, it is a little loud. That's for sure. There's Nitrodad. What am I doing? I need to shift it. There we go. Now we can. Keeps things interesting, GoldenEye. Does it not? What do you mean? What do you mean, Ravenhawk? Say, what about the bunkers? It surprises quite a few people when they go to mow, that's for sure. We were quite confused the first time we mowed, and we're like, what's going on? There we go, let us mow that at least. What trigger at the main shop? For customizing, I think those are at the farm. The farms are set up to allow that. Ours is inside the shed there. Bubba's repair shop is down by the other sleep trigger. That is by field 84. The shop isn't fully featured. The shop doesn't have a service department.
I'm back.
GoldenEye, it's probably the base, limited 10. You need that script that ups it to 32. Says welcome back.
I got you live.
He's now 30,000 points.
He's gonna break it.
Put your dog emote in. You'll have the new emotes for tomorrow night?
I uploaded 4 new ones today. And I might work on some more of my own.
Artsy.
Try it.
I saw the latest NVIDIA driver listed something about DaVinci Resolve and hardware acceleration. I thought you already had DaVinci.
To be honest with you, I couldn't tell you what I use. I think most of it's CPU. I'm almost positive.
GTX is in the house. GTX just works and then just drops bad modern knowledge down into his first chat.
I think what he does is wait for people to talk about what they don't know what they're talking about. Just
Mic drop. Boom. Alright, I'm done. I'm out of here. See you all tomorrow. He did help me fix the silo on How You Light.
Oh, was it not working correctly?
Well, it doesn't go down far enough, so I couldn't use it to fill the wheelbarrow without propping the wheelbarrow up in the trailer.
Got it.
And, of course, the only way I know how to fix it would have been going into GE and finding it. The only way I know to go into GE and find it is assuming that it's built into the map like it would be in 17. But in 19, it's like all by itself. I have no idea how these people build these maps. They're all pieced out. Like,
Yeah,
the silo trigger
much.
is its own i3D. That's not associated with the silo mod itself. So how on earth you actually get it placed right, I have no clue. But they told me how to look it up, which one to look in. Which actually ended up being the wrong one. Oh well. I made both of them a lot longer. Of course I couldn't find it in the main map because it's not in the main map. I had to go to places and find the silo trigger for the named farm. That was for the grain silo, not the pig food silo. Couldn't figure out where that one was. Kix was smart enough to figure out how to find it. It was buried in the train silo folder. That makes sense.
First silo or second? Second.
Oh, pig food. Oh, you mean up here? This block. But yeah, I was super excited when I saw that map yesterday get so much GTX love.
Finally somebody realized, oh wait, there's an easy script I can build all this stuff with.
Because when I first read the description, I thought, oh my gosh, he's got 20 plus factories using the fill tight mover script. Then when it booted up, I didn't see all of them fly by. looked into it some more. I'm like, what is this?
Oh my, Thor's. Oh, you can only do 1337. I was like, he's about to gamble it all.
Yeah, well, that's how he's just, he heists it all. When he wins, he gets 2667. He loses, he only loses 1337. The map looked like a combination of, or really let's say a culmination of Hoffberg and just redone different stuff, but same general principle with the equipment category and
Yep.
some of the other stuff related to the consumables.
Yes, I mean, you can do a lot with a map now if you want to.
Nitrodad, indeed it was. Indeed it was. It's like GTX is the most popular unknown modder.
Yep.
If you're on a PC, you're probably using at least a half dozen of his mods if you don't recognize the name.
It's a script of some kind.
Oh, hey, Henry's up there in the crowd now. He's getting in 2674 points in the pot. Thor Jr. He's winning. Squiggy, what's up?
Casino may have to adjust their odds. I've never used that dynamic waypoint. Just set a point, is it?
Yeah, it's the whole idea of you can set the green beam, right? But this
Gotcha.
would be like if it's not a cell point. Like, you need to get to my farm, but you don't know where my farm is. Put a waypoint on my farm, and there you go. Or you don't know how to get to, you don't know where field 37 is. It probably originated from a stream where we talked about like SnowRunner. You could kind of put in your waypoints to get to your destination. Farm sim on a new map. Kind of get lost.
Yep. I'll tell you that some of the navigation features on cattle and crops, that was pretty neat. Some of that stuff is pretty impressive in that game.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that AI and telling it's going to do stuff and just go off and drive your tractor and get your implement. Drive your tractor, magically get your implement. Goes to the field and does its work and then brings it back. Of course, if it's built into the game, there's only one map, the cattle and crops map.
Yep.
So all those waypoints can be programmed in.
Oh, they were. I bet you they are. And if anyone was ever to make a mod map, you would have to just the amount of programming you'd have to do.
You know, I mean, the way I understood it, this was back when it was still pre-release. Like, you have to build a map in Blender. How they made it. Seems like it has a much higher barrier of entry to do something like that. That was indeed the case.
What's that other game we had? Pure Farming for that one.
I never played it. Was that the one where you had to fix your house?
I don't think that was it. I don't remember much about Pure Farming other than I remember they had orchards. They had like sprayers and like tree harvester or fruit harvesters. I always thought that was pretty cool, but outside of that, it really wasn't that.
Oh, is that the one that had like grapes?
Yeah.
And like had different maps, like a rice map or something.
Yep, that was it. Just never really took off. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about giants kind of having seen the monopoly on farming. It's kind of a niche genre that probably kind of hard to get into. Almost, you got here first, and you pretty much have blocked up the market. Because there's not a lot of great demand. And either you need to focus on other products, or just have such an overwhelming percent of the market that you can financially viable.
Yeah, and community size is huge because you can have an absolutely amazing game, but if nobody's playing it, then on PC, if nobody's modding it, it's kind of like after a while it loses its interest. It doesn't have lasting power. The ability to mod games gives PC games just much more lasting power.
But yeah, I mean, some of those mods and some of those games completely not just change how it works, but just completely change the functionality. It's like, what?
Oh yeah. Well, some of them have turned into standalone games. The mod version of the game got so popular, they turned it into a standalone game.
Yeah, well, Squiggy, I mean, it's like Red Dead Redemption 2. I think the community killed itself.
Just got like the biggest. It's almost like its own game, its own expansion.
So Squiggy's talking about Red Dead Redemption Online.
No.
apparently it's
Oh, it's because
there's nothing's really on it other than just controls.
it started getting hacked. It started having hackers that were like ruining everybody's experience. And I was having fun with Red Dead Online until you start like I was on one time and someone threw me across the map, like the whole map. And it kept happening, and then my money was disappearing.
Yeah, but I mean, do you expect any more out of a Rockstar gaming community? Playing a game about being a outlaw in the West. You know, do you expect there's other players here. I'm like, just gun them down, just for fun of it.
Well, I don't mind being gunned down. It's the cheats that were like there was one where you could shoot anybody from anywhere on the map. It was a hack that people were using.
Oh, oops! I actually walked into a bullet. Someone shot. Still need to finish that, Squiggy. Still need to finish it. I'm in chapter 6.
But I guess the same thing. I was reading something. Apex Legends is running into the same problem. Like they've had a lot of hackers lately. And it's lost like a huge amount of its player base.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't protect the community, you protect your dedicated group of players.
Especially in a competitive game, you know, it's like, you know, if you're on a server hanging out here playing with your friends and somebody cheats, it's one thing, but when you're grinding away for hours to do competitive multiplayer on a shooter and someone uses aim assist, it's like, that's BS.
Yeah, I think like Red Dead would have been really cool if you could like rent your own server and then just been able to have 15 or 20 people or whatever. Yeah, we've got the whatever posse, whatever gang, and we all get on and do our thing as a group and live in this environment. It's our environment. A private lobby for Red Dead or private lobby for Apex? What's the private lobby? if Rad's reason to chat or not.
Some stuff.
I think for me, a couple of things that kind of I lost interest in Red Dead Online was one, in order like when you start out, you had to like steal a horse or something. Like with a group.
Yeah.
I did that like 6 times because the game would freeze on me before I would get the horse back to where I needed to be.
And you get booted.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta go and do it all over again. And then I think I finally set up somewhere like outside Saint Denis near a swamp. And then they had, you know, it just felt like there's all these dailies you needed to do. Keep up with stuff. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is gonna continue your whole life.
I got pretty far online.
Hey, gaming.
I think I had everything. Or I guess I still do. I had.
Richard, we're gonna eventually turn it to silage.
Stuff. So I had found all the good stuff there. I was working on the moonshine stuff when I quit.
Because we're gonna have rain come before we can get this realistically dried and collected as hay. I really wanted it to be hay, but the weather is just not going to cooperate with the time that we've got to be on the server. So we're just collecting this. Went and messed up and sold my silage bunker because for whatever reason it didn't have the right collisions. And I was going to put a new one down. Then I didn't remember until after I sold it that I couldn't rotate silage bunkers 360 degrees. So it only lets me put it in one of 2 directions, and neither of those directions is where I need it to be. Kind of boned myself there. So we're just collecting it as grass for now, and then we will. I'll put down a fermenting silo from good buddy GTX and transfer it all to that. Oh, Squiggy, what did you do? Ah, you put a what did you link?
You're the bot.
The bot?
Yeah.
What are you trying to put a link to?
I turned all the chat protections off for the bot because YouTube does a lot of it. Then I was like, I usually have a couple people on it.
Oh, wait. So he typed
I think it's
co.ors, so he saw a dot and more letters and thought it was a link because the bot is stupid. It's a feature of multiplayer.
Maybe we need to let GTX get in and mess with our bots.
Yeah, the only reason I have the link one on is I knew that there's a command that you can put in to allow someone to like post a one-time link.
Yep.
And without it, then basically you need to make them a moderator so they can do a link. But you just let everyone free post links. And I thought that could be convenient. Someone had something that you rightfully wanted them to link for you. Then you can grant them temporary link access. The other stuff, you know, we don't have problems with language and other things. We don't necessarily need a bot to.
Clutch does some pretty cool stuff with the bots. I've watched his streams.
No.
He does some pretty good work. He does some pretty funny stuff with green screen and face cam.
Oh my gosh, it's all dirty again.
Puts the effort in, that's for sure.
I had to clean it when I took over the tractor from you. It was completely black. It's a feature of multiplayer. For whatever reason, when I'm mowing, it's dropping different textures. But yeah, it will eventually turn to hay or grass before we pick it up. It's a feature.
It's a feature. You say your bot doesn't like punctuation. So what's GTX working on next? Let's see, chat.
You're asking Master Modern. World's his secret projects.
Oh no, just
You know, he's working on probably 17 things. That's what he told me once. I feel like 12 projects always concurrently running. One day he gets up and just decides, I think I'll code this. Next day he wakes up, I think I'll code some of that. Like, you know, when we decide, I think I'd like a cheeseburger. He decides, I think I'll just solve this problem that everyone has that no one's bothered to resolve yet.
yeah, I wish I understood that stuff more. I have all these ideas in my head, but I'm limited to my technical capability.
Like the guy that made the placeable pillow. Oh, let's just make a movable sleep trigger. And then the guy that came out just a week later and says, how about we just get rid of the need for a trigger entirely?
And now we have options. If you want a sleep trigger, you can get one. If you don't need it.
We do. I mean, if you want a truck that works, you can get the TLX 2000. If you don't, then you can get a Ford.
I'd like that. Is it that little Mercedes truck? You did a video on it not too long ago. It was a little dump bed. I can't think of it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I can't remember the name of it. I like it. It's a pretty good mod. He's mounted my Ford. He's trying to breed with my truck.
Like I said,
Maybe we'll have a dot. Maybe we'll
starting
have
its
a Dodge.
dominance. Oh, TLX and a Ford make a Dodge. Managed to figure out that contraption.
Yeah, you gotta be careful because if you whip it, you'll jackknife.
Maybe 82 Squared needs to come out with a monster truck version. And today when I was doing all this silage work, I could tip the trailer without any issue. Remember where I said I couldn't tip the trailer?
Yeah.
Then I figured out that I had tip mapped on the side panel and I could actually work it that way. But hitting I wouldn't do anything. And today it did work. Thor, so many people would. Thor would sleep anywhere to work at BTS and ATS.
I just turned that off. Anymore, I just turn off the sleeper one.
Oh, is it? Oh, GTX is saying that the sleep anywhere is not very efficient. It's constantly looping. Can you sleep? 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 Can you sleep?
And it's just waiting for you to answer yes.
And then it says yes. And then it says, oh. And then it probably keeps asking, can I still sleep? Can I still sleep? Can I still sleep?
So instead of calling the script when you need it, it's constantly running. I guess. I don't know how that stuff works. I'm assuming that's...
In essence, it's checking every millisecond if the player is allowed to sleep or not.
Crap, there's a lot of grass on these fields.
Well, they're small 4X fields.
Yeah. It's deceiving. Like Italia is deceiving. Still think a lot of people don't realize it's 4X.
Yeah. It's still technically smaller than that.
Yeah, but like the fields on the mini map, you look at them, you're like, oh, that's tiny. And then then you get it, you're like, what? Wait a minute.
Yeah, we'll probably be on that tomorrow doing our canola harvest. Then I've got 3 contracts in the 3 biggest fields too.
Emerald comes tomorrow.
Shut the door.
Doing some stuff.
About.
I still don't know yet.
Chris,
Buying
I
some
have not
cars,
updated the
probably.
map.
Buying and selling them.
We're on a server.
Get stuff to work right.
The updates need a little bit more coordination than just dropping it in there. Ultimately, I'm asking if anyone feels the need for an update. as opposed to just blindly updating it. The only really reason I see right now to update it is one of the players has alfalfa planted, and one of the updates fixed alfalfa so it can regrow. So basically, it's up to him. The other changes are kind of just cosmetic, you know. Gates on fields that probably no one owns. You see that square? This square over here was white, but now it's turned the grass. These will change at some point.
Yeah, it's clearly a sync thing because on my screen everything's grass, but yours is, you still have patches up.
Yeah, it's the same with when you were mowing. Everything was grass for me. When I first mowed, I probably mowed for about 5 minutes before anything dropped behind the mower. I'm like, this grass broke? Should I stop mowing because I'm losing everything? My chat said, it might be a sync. Well, I've never seen it take this long, but okay, we'll keep going, and then all of a sudden it started to drop. So. Or lost 5,000 points, and now he only has 3,900.
Oh, poor guy. He only has 39,000.
Let me see if I can fix something on the fly.
Oh. Yeah, but like I was telling you, I was reading about, you can link that CloudBot to, I don't know exactly how it works, but to websites and use API and some other different kinds. I think it's called API, and it can do some pretty amazing things.
It's gonna be a little different now.
You want a windrow? Why I pick up, or?
Yeah, we can do that.
Right.
Heist might work a little different now. It lets me do it on the fly. Yeah, just some performance tweaks. Optimizations. As Sir Darren says.
So is there any other game that's got you excited? I know you love your Snow Runner and this.
At the moment, I'm not really letting myself get overly excited, although I am kind of hyped about Age of Empires 4.
That's a good one. Good call there.
In fact, just the other day I was thinking how much Age of Empires 3 is. pick it up, and then re-familiarize myself with its general functionality.
It's on Game Pass too, if you want to.
Yeah, Game Pass. I've had Game Pass at one point.
I have it more for...
kind of refraining on Game Pass at the moment, because if I do find the kid an Xbox, then obviously we're going to have Game Pass at that point.
My youngest, he changes video games like he changes his underwear, so I just got Game Pass.
Oh yeah, that's where Game Pass is like genius, because it's like you have 100 or hundreds of games. They're not necessarily the latest. Some Microsoft exclusives are the latest, but at that age it don't really matter. It's all still new to him.
Yeah, because he's been playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the last couple of weeks. And then he was like, then he started asking if he could play Titanfall again. And I was like, yeah. But I don't have enough room on my computer.
It is
for
an
all
international
the games he wants. So the rule is I have to delete one if he wants one.
So this particular variant is a 1586.
Because like Star Wars is like 90 gigs.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's going to take 3 days to download.
Actually, it's getting pretty good in my house.
It's downloaded overnight.
I usually can do it. Like I downloaded Titanfall, which is like 50, is it 40, 30 gigs, 33 gigs, and it was only 4 or 5 hours. So, which is like which is amazing for me,
Joys of real internet, right?
Yeah. No, I chewed them out, and it's been pretty good lately. Thor has 79,628.
I set the max bet to like 100,000.
Oh my gosh.
And I also lowered the win percentages. So if you bet all, you could lose all.
Oh, let's see it.
So,
Thor don't care. He don't care.
So until he gets like a couple 100,000, any roll could lose it all. I mean, Scooter could bet it all too, and he could possibly double his money or go bankrupt. Maybe it's God of Thunder. Thor's hammer. Thor's hammer, that's what it is. Not scared of him. Yeah, I lowered odds for moderators and subscribers. Non-subscribers still have pretty good odds. Now Thor's going to unsubscribe just so he can get better odds. And subscribe later.
Yeah, I really want to make sure mine are working, because like I got a plan in my head for using loyalty points. So.
Up. A little bit to go, and then we will be done. And big news. We'll find out the big news tomorrow from Giants.
How much does that silo hold?
That's for sure. 1, 2, 2.5 million.
Not even close, are you?
Oh no, we're not even very close to it.
Scooters that are being uprising.
I don't know, maybe you're renaming it broken. I looked at that, it didn't look like you could rename it unless you were like Prime or something.
Yeah, like if you go into modules and just, or actually if you just go to commands, you can edit any of your commands that lets me. But
We'll all have to tune in tomorrow, Giants, and see if they're announcing a new mobile game, mod. Maybe it's a new mod contest. Maybe that's it.
you know, it could be anything.
A new DLC that includes 3 pieces of equipment as opposed to 2. Then we really know we're getting something.
Watch it be the John Deere 9RX that we already have modded.
What's it? 9R? Is that the track one?
Yeah, watch it be the John Deere. Yeah.
We'll call it the John Deere. John Deere Hay DLC.
I still think building DLC would go over really well with them.
So relaunch of the Commodore 64 edition.
I really think like a shed, silo, you know, a bunch of different buildings you could put down.
Yeah, it was a bit disappointing when they did Erlengrot that it was like, other than the house and the garage, there weren't any new custom animals or animal areas.
But like I always say, if it adds functionality and if it adds anything to the base game, I think it's a new crop, a new animal, and anything. Those are always fun.
Meter cultivator pack.
Because I mean, Erlengrot, I like where they're going. The 3D windows, and you know.
It's an evolution. When and if there's a new version, you can expect those types of enhancements to be part of whatever maps are included. Erlengrot will probably be one of the maps, kind of. Except, I mean, 19 was unique, where we had 2 brand new maps. And I think like 17, Soft-Noska was a 15 expansion map, and the other one was a brand new map.
Yeah, we had two new maps, but we got Estancia pretty quick too. It's a free.
Yeah, that was initially talked about being free base maps. Then I think maybe it was a file size thing.
Probably.
Get on physical media. All right, guys, so that is going to do us. Raz is just about done collecting his straw or his grass. I need to pay him for his services today and previously. Do I owe you? Let me go look at my invoice. Invoice.
It
Oh,
was only like,
1,400.
yeah, and then you said $1,000 an hour, right? 2 hours.
3,400.
Yep.
Paid in full. Go ahead and roll those in credits. And with that, I bid you guys a fond evening. Check us back tomorrow when we're taking a
Nice
look
end
at
credits.
we're taking a back look at Italia. Probably that's the plan, unless something ruins my plan, like maybe a bunch of maps dropping tomorrow. Heck, maybe Italia demo will drop tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to do a map video on that. It'll just be an interim of Italia Light. So until next time, happy farming.